independent hoe, I'm all about my business. I consistently continue to bring energy and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
YouTube world, what's good, y'all? How's everybody living? Y'all know what it is, the one man, 4,000 flavor of DFW Sports, your super fan from the DFW land. Just got off the post game. You know, I'm still listening to Jason Kidd talk. That's why I started this live a little bit late. I just want to hear what he was talking about in this post game. So that's why we're about 15 minutes late as they're asking them questions and stuff like that. But yeah, Mavs fall to the Lakers tonight, man. Sensational performance by Luka Doncic, as you already knew he was going to come back and do some things. So we wasn't really too much worried about that. Mavs kept it close for the most part, but they just weren't able to finish. They ran out of gas. LeBron James came alive in the second half. Mavs lost, second chance points, opportunities, and then Anthony Davis, you just didn't get a stellar night from him. We're going to talk about that for sure. As J Kidd still talking at the podium. Also talk about the Rangers avoiding the sweep in Chicago today, as your boy Corey Seager, he's coming to life. And we'll talk about the Dallas Stars collapse. You want to talk about one of the major collapse in hockey that you could ever see? Talk about that game last night that they had a collapse, and as they get ready to play the Central Division leading Winnipeg Jets. Just listen to Jason Kidd, what's going on. They asked him, how does he tell fans to move on? He's like, you got to ask them that. You got to ask them that. What's up, Big Mike? What's good? Yeah, right now I'm like I said, I was late jumping onto the live. I went and got myself right, but then Jason Kidd in a post-game interview been coming on, and I'm just catching that. Basically, they're just getting ready for the play-in. He says that they're getting healthy. That's the end. Okay, that's the end of it right there. So, I mean, tough loss. I think Jason Kidd did get kind of out. I think JJ Redick's game plan was, it worked more better to perfection than it did for Jason Kidd and what he had going. Matter of fact, y'all check out my man Big Mike and his podcast, Switch for Real Basketball. Give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe. My man does some good things, basketball content. I believe he just had a recent video that just dropped. So y'all check that out. Man, as well to the channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification chime. Anything of DFW Sports, we in there from the trenches to just talking about it, vibing with y'all, having some things going. Man, like he said, tough loss for the Mavericks. Luka got off in the first half, had 31 points. You could tell just from the start he got emotional, but you knew this was a place that he's not going to struggle at. I don't think it just nothing needed to be said. Nothing needed to be said for Luka to go off and drop 45. So, and I think the game plan for Jason Kidd was to, look, we don't have point guard situation, so let's try to run as big as we can. But at that same time, we got to try to minimize everybody else. Luka, if he gets off, that's okay. But long as everybody else is not getting off, that's a good thing to happen. And that's really not a bad idea to do. But then the Lakers countered with, look, we're going to make sure. And one thing people do say about the Los Angeles Lakers is like they have trouble with bigs. But then you look up and they know how to defend bigs good. Like they know how to, front them. They just know how to, frustrate bigs, and that's exactly what happened with Anthony Davis today, as JJ Redick's game plan for the Lakers and their defensive strategy, it worked to perfection, basically not letting Anthony Davis get off, and that's something that the Mavericks actually needed to happen. I mean, Anthony Davis had this attitude like they frustrated him, and once they frustrated him, his body language had the attitude of like, this game ain't even about me. Technically, it's not, but technically it is because you're the guy they traded for. You're the guy they traded for. So that was the case. That really was the case. Looking at the team percentages, man, look, Mavs shot 50% from the field. This ain't nothing new if you've been watching the Mavericks play here a little bit lately. Bruh, how many times have you seen where they're starting to shoot good from the field, but they just not winning? They just not winning. And to my man Big Mike's point, they needed a point guard dearly tonight. Now, it happened to be that one of them was in a different uniform that we used to have. So that's to our own demise. But at the same time, Brandon Williams can't come back not fast enough. I don't think Brandon Williams helps you win this game, but this game could go into overtime or some stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what Anthony Davis needed. Hell, even Jaden Hardy. You know what I'm saying? But to have no guard play the way they had it tonight, and they still threw punch. Look, ain't no more victories. Yeah, it's win now. Okay, yeah, we get all that. But at the same time, bro, with no point guard, they still swung back. They swung back. They threw punches. They put the Lakers up on the ropes. But LeBron ended up coming to, he showed that, look, I sat here quiet. I know this is a moment for Luka, for him to have. But once it's needed, I'll come along. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. And look, bro, there's no slander here. There will be no Luka slander here. I told y'all that from day one, that there will be none of that. But I am going to focus on what I can control and what we're looking at. And for the Mavericks, you go 9 of 26 from the three-point line. And your free throw percentage, you had 69%. You missed a good share of free throws. So did the Lakers. Both teams were kind of sloppy in that. Rebounding wise, you expect us with our bigs coming back. We should have won that, but we were -1 in that. I don't like that happened. Mavs did have 30 assists. The only problem is Luka just got up so much on them boys. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. That was that. Mostly in a total nutshell, but I'm looking back at it. You really got to look at this and look. The Lakers had a great game plan, but Anthony Davis, you got to come on with it, bro. Real talk, you got to come on with it. What got it for the Lakers is this key stat right here. Them steals. 14 steals. Yeah. That contributes for a lot. And how many turnovers did the Mavs have? 20. So 20 turnovers. You go 16 of 23 from the free throw line, 9 of 26 from the three-point arc. There are your recipes right there. But Luka Doncic, man, big salute to the Don. Like I said, there'll be no Luka slander here. Not now, not ever. The only slander is he's a fucking Laker. That's it. And a lot of people are like, why didn't you go to the game? I'm surprised you ain't at the game, bruh. Look, I'm not the one to complain about prices because if y'all have seen on my vlogs, I try to get the best seats available where I'm at. And they have their shares where they cost money. And before people say, well, Luka's worth the price of admission to pay that much. Bruh, I got the receipts when I went on that whole playoff run last year. Y'all can check it. And them with some good seats. I paid that money. Now, those tickets were like playoff. Those were playoff and Western Conference tickets. You know what I'm saying? This is a regular season game. And for the price that they had, me personally, for the price that they had for a regular season game, nigga, fuck Anthony Davis, fuck Luka, fuck the Lakers, fuck the Mavericks at them price. I ain't going. Shit. At them prices, and like I said, y'all know me, I'm trying to get a good seat, but nah, man, nah. And then on top of that, you add the vibe in there, bro. You know, I just knew that wasn't going to be my type of place to be up in there at that moment. But, a big shout out to Luka. I ain't mad at nobody that's still rooting for Luka, that cheered Luka on and did all that, bro. I saw Luka do a lot of stuff that I'm like, damn, I see it coming. And I'm like, I say this in the household all the time, but, there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing. Daniel, what's good, man? Appreciate you for joining in the chat, man. Appreciate that, man. What's good? Yeah, it was a good game. And that's all you could ask for, that it was a good game. It was just a bad game for the Mavericks just because, especially if a Maverick fan, because you just see that Luka Doncic is still supposed to be here. But at the same time, you see Anthony Davis just he had a double-double, but it was a less than stellar double-double, to say the least. Bro, yeah, man, come on. Luka's worth the admission, but he's on the Lakers. Would you pay that much for LeBron James? Because I don't think nobody paid that much to see LeBron James, but LeBron James is the all-time scoring leader. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So that was another reason them tickets was priced. A lot of people are going to sit there and say they jacked the prices up because they don't want all the Luka. Bro, the price was already going to be up because LeBron was on the squad. Now that you add Luka to there, bro, like I said, fuck all that. At those prices for a regular season. Now, if this was a playoff game or something like that, bro, I'd have been in there. Y'all know that. That's facts. I'd have been in there for a playoff game, but we talking a regular season game? Regular season? Man, please. Y'all really trying to break up a happy home. Because the wifey was like, why didn't you? I'm surprised you didn't go. Shit, at them prices, nah. I can get Celeste a whole new fit. Several of them. And that's a regular season game. Nah, fam. But had it been a playoff game, I'd have been there. I'd have been there. Yeah, I've been there. So it is what it is. I'm not here to question nobody's loyalty, who's more of a fan or anything like that. If you still rooting for the Mavericks, if you still riding for the Mavericks, just tune in. That's just all we can say. They're still in some type of contention. But Anthony Davis, 33 points. Now, the positive I will take from this, and then me not even before I get to your boy Najee Marshall, bro. Everything that the Mavericks have asked Najee Marshall to do, he has done, and some. Then some. He has done everything and then some. 36 minutes, giving you 23 points, 8 assists. He literally did everything. He was literally the pulse for the Dallas Mavericks tonight. And he's literally, to be real with you, he's been the catalyst of the Mavericks basically this whole season. He's been the steady guy. He's been the steady guy. Big bro texting, and he texting. He talking about Luka took his foot off the gas. I mean, he didn't need to, bro. I wish he could have put up 70. But at the same time, as much as he put up, you just get more production from Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson. Damn. Klay Thompson hit like 2 shots, 2 of 8. We're going to get on Anthony Davis' ass because it's like, bro, 13 points when Luka went off for 45. That's not good. But we've said this from the jump about Klay Thompson pre-Luka trade. Pre-Luka trade, bro. 6 points, that ain't getting it. That's not getting it, bro. It ain't. That's nothing we can do. Derek Lively got put in bad situations for his life. You know, he kept getting switched on Luka, and Luka he took him to school. He took him to school, man. He really did. PJ gave you 14, could have gave you a little bit more, though. He had too many turnovers. That's really what killed him. Anthony Davis got ripped a lot of times. They just didn't know how to handle what the Lakers defense was doing to Anthony Davis. And without a true point guard, that's really what you're going to roll into. So like I said, give credit to JJ Redick understanding that they don't have a true point guard. So they're going to have to find creative ways to get Anthony Davis the ball, or they're going to have to find ways to score without him. That was their game plan, and that was a good game plan. But, you know, Najee Marshall contributed. PJ, he gave you something. Daniel Gafford, bro, he had two back-to-back blocks where I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. They're getting healthy. They just got to have a point guard. Give me Brandon Williams back. And I'm not saying that we're going to win all these play-in tournament games and then we're going to beat the Thunder or whoever. I'm not saying that. But give me Brandon Williams, a guard that knows how to create stuff and make things happen for other people. I mean, we added Luka Doncic and Kyrie, but Kyrie's hurt and Luka Doncic is in the Laker uniform. But nonetheless, give me a point guard that can do that. We can at least scratch on somebody. You know what I'm talking about? We can at least do that. Max Christie did have almost really one of his better games today. I don't want to say that in far as in a long stretch. He went 5 of 8 from the field. His shot selection was pretty good outside the 3-point arc, but everything else he really hit for. And like I said, the Mavs did a lot about getting inside the paint. That's where that the Lakers are weak at. But you got to give a lot of credit to Najee Marshall holding it down since Luka was hurt in the beginning of the season, since when he got hurt, and then since more bodies done dropped and Kyrie done dropped and Quinn Grimes was traded, bro. Najee Marshall hadn't batted an eye. Not once. He ain't folded, not yet. As the Lakers do win the season series. So, Lakers are in a better position to do some things. Now, I will still say this. When the Mavs punched back and they punched back with no point guard, look, the Lakers still got their own issues. But their issues that they got are better than the Mavericks issues that they have. But the Lakers, they still got some things to tighten up on. But one thing is not doubted that Luka Doncic, he let it be known. Y'all got him fucked up, as in the organization. Because us Mavs fans, bro, like, we just caught up in the middle of it, whatever side you is. A lot of people are telling people to move on. Look, I don't want to say stop being miserable is like telling you not to move on. I just see where people are acting like it is affecting their actual life, bro. And I'm like, whoa, y'all. Like, I'm not here to tell you how to fan because you're a fan for a reason. But, you can feel that way. Just don't try to bring that on to anybody else. And for the people who are like, have moved on, if you feel that way, you ain't got to try to be, force that upon anybody else if they don't feel that way too. It's not about playing both sides of the fence. It's just about doing unto others. And I just hate to see people miserable like that. Like, bro, like, you got a whole life. Luka got another life. He living it right now. So I suggest y'all do the same. Now, I'm not saying you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Still be mad about it or voice your opinion. But to act like you're just this, trust me, seeing the video where he cried tears, I get it. I damn near shed a tear too, but I shed a tear of like, bro, there's nothing I can do, but I cherish the moment that you was here. And this is another thing that you're looking at the NBA. A lot of people are going to say, nah, the Mavericks just did some dumb shit. Nah, I'm telling you, I think the NBA is going to, it's just that type of thing, bro. I don't even think it's the NBA. I think it's sports in today's general. You're just not going to get those lifelong players. Now, like you said, Luka didn't give no indication that he wanted to leave, that he wanted to be a lifelonger. So, but we know it's rare that happens, bro. And this is not me telling you that it's justified or to move on. None of that. I'm just like, dog, look, you got a life that's, what it is. And if you're going to sit there and say that the Mavs, to me, if you rooted for the Mavs and had joy before Luka, then what's your problem? That's kind of where I'm at, because there was rough time, bro. There's already been times where a lot of people could have turned off their fandom for the Mavericks. And some have before this Luka trade happened. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm just, it's where I'm from, and I'm not rooting for another city team like that, bro. That's just me. That's just how I get down. Because I haven't. That's the thing, I haven't. So why would I start now? And, bro, I keep telling y'all, I wouldn't be miserable, but I would be voicing more of a displeasure if I saw quitting the Mavericks, which they got every reason to. But like you said, Anthony Davis, come on with it, bro. Come on, this ain't gonna get it done for me, my guy. 13 points, 11 rebounds, he made things happen for other people, but we come on, bro. I think more for me it's the body language. The body language, he seemed like once it wasn't going right for him and Luka had it going, he wanted to like just, okay, well, it's just let him have that type of night. Nah, bro. I look for you to shake back Friday. I really do. I really do. I look for him to shake back Friday as they get ready to play. And, they got a couple games left. Everybody's scoreboard watching. Let me see. I think we're waiting on Phoenix loss. But that was, it hit home when you saw Luka Doncic take it to heart, bro. That's where a nigga like, bro, look, organization, y'all did some fuck shit. Yeah, I'm still in my work clothes. I came home, chilled with the fam, watched the game immediately, didn't even come up out his work clothes yet. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even, that's why I ain't in no Mavs gear or anything like that. So right now, Phoenix is up on OKC. OKC don't like us, so they're going to kind of keep this going. Denver is beating Sacramento right now. So you got those two things going if you're still on the watch. Like I said, Luka Doncic. Another thing while I was watching this game, if you was watching it on the, national broadcast, you probably been watching ESPN, but if you was watching on the national local television, bruh, Home Goods, I'm about through with their ass, bro. With they petty, messy asses. I'm about done with Home Zone. Yeah, man, they kept going in that, boy, talking about trade this, trade that. They made a serious commercial about that shit, man. They got a serious. What up, Danny? We them. So, like I said, big shout out to Luka. I expected nothing less from him. Not one bit. It's all good. 45. He could have went for 55. But it was good to see him still put magic on in there. And it is one of those things. Mavericks, on the other hand, they punched back. They busted the Lakers' lip. They got knocked the fuck out a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, and Danny, what's good, bro? At the same time, bro, they just got to get them a point guard. And see what they can do in these play-ins. They got the front court that I believe that where they can beat Sacramento, they could beat a Phoenix. Who else is chasing? Let me look at the standings. Oh, the Grizzlies, you ain't got enough firepower. Minnesota, you ain't got enough firepower. The Warriors and Grizzlies are tied. We shall see. Now they're interviewing Luka. I mean, I want to listen to it, but I'm kind of ready to move on from the subject. Yeah. Yeah, they gave Luka the green light, which we knew that. As he talking.
You walk through this arena for the first time in a while, as you see these faces, like what were you feeling most specifically?
Well, it was a little bit of both, happy and angry, but it's nice to see some familiar faces here. Spent a lot of time with them. But like you said, there was a lot of emotions. When I woke up, I was tired.
CJ. Bro, they run out of gas all the time, bro. They start. That was the Luka. They gave him a little sound bite. And like I said, bro, I expected Luka to do what he did, but for Anthony Davis to put up 13 points, like I said, you got 19 points combined from Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis. You're never going to get it. That's never going to get it. And that's what happened. As my man Danny, as he pumps his chest out about the Lakers, it's easier to be like that when you got your boys pocket sevens over there. But like I said, bro, Lakers show they can, to me, the Lakers show they can be beaten in a 7-game series. But at the same time, a lot of people question about how can they defend bigs. Bro, they done did Jokic, OKC, and they show they can come out with a good game playing against bigs. They really have. So it's kind of give and take with the Lakers. You could watch them and see how they go, but they got some things to work with for sure. They got some things that go against them, and they got some things that's going hell a lot good for them. And anytime you got pocket sevens and 2-3 over there, your chances is good, especially if one takeover. It kind of remind of how LeBron was in Miami when it was him and D Wade. You know what I'm saying? LeBron would carry all the bulk up for basically most of the game, and then D Wade would close it. But in this instance, you got two dudes that don't mind to close it. Luka damn sure don't mind to close it. For real. So, but I'm right there with you, little CJ. Them boys get in the fourth quarter and they just collapse, bro. It just seemed like they run out of gas. And this is a team that didn't have to play with 7-8 guys on multiple occasions. 7-8 guys dressed out on multiple occasions. I just think even if they do get in this play-in, it wouldn't surprise me to see them run out of gas. Now, they done had a lot of players that's coming back from injury, so they should be fresh-legged. We talking about Lively, Gafford, AD. Come on now. Now, Kyrie Irving in this game, y'all already know where it could go. Brandon Williams in this game, it goes down to the wire. But shout out to the Don. Now that game is over, I'm just like, okay. For me, Luka dropping 45 and the Mavericks losing, it really didn't move me not one bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've been on Twitter just more like, I'm more of like people trying to question how I'm rooting for this type of organization. Bro, fuck the organization. I'm rooting for the damn Dallas Mavericks. These are the motherfuckers that's playing out on the court. That's who I'm rooting for. You know what I'm saying? Take your miserable ass somewhere else with that. That's how I'm going. Because once you start trying to tell me how I need to, that's where I get like that, bro. Like, motherfuck you. Like, for real. Trying to tell me, I'm not here trying to tell you, bro. I'm not being like Bishop telling you, get off that shit. That shit is over. And ain't nothing that nobody can do about it. Everything starts from now. I'm not being like Bishop. I'm like, bro, look, y'all feel how y'all want to feel. That's how you want to spend your energy. Do it. Do it. Because it ain't hurt me none. But what do trigger me is trying to tell me how can you call yourself a fan rooting for after they? Yes, bitch. Because I rooted for them before Luka Doncic was even here. So again, take your miserable ass over there to the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's how I'm coming with it, bro. Like I said, if you don't want to root for the Mavericks, fine. But I ain't even gonna say keep that shit in your chest. Just keep that shit out of my direction. Cause I don't care. I don't care what a lot of them motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? I really be focused on what I got going on, gang. And if you want to ride with it, then let's do that. You know what I'm saying? For real. But damn. Just because you miserable don't mean I'm going to be your company, bro. Nah, I'm not going to be company with you. Because as much as you still being miserable, Luka dropping 45, dropping 38, dropping 28. You know what I'm saying? He ain't miserable. Now, I bet he was miserable in the beginning when they gave him that tribute because he wanted to be on Demon Time, but that didn't stop him, though. I think he realized the love that he got in Dallas for sure. For sure. Kyrie would have had 19 in the fourth quarter. Bro, we all know this. See, I don't want to say the hypotheticals because the last time we played the Lakers, when Luka first played the Mavericks, Kyrie went off, had 35. He just had no help. He had no help. And we were sitting here, bro, healthy lineup. This is a totally different game. Now, we got more healthy pieces back, but we ain't fully healthy. But you right, though. Kyrie at most, bro. Yeah, enough said. Enough said. Enough said. And like I said, bro, I'm not taking anything away from the Lakers and what Luka Doncic did. Luka did his thing, bro. He did his thing. And I expected nothing less from him. I did not. I did not. Now, the game plan actually worked good. You need to neutralize Austin Reeves. That was a big key to this game. Only thing is, it was just LeBron in the second half. LeBron in the second half really made things way easier. Because outside of that, if they were somehow able to slow him down this game, totally different. Totally different. But it's not like it went that way. It's not. So, like I said, Mavs take the L. Fans on both sides. I mean, if me personally, me being a Maverick fan, die hard for sure, repping the city. And I'm not trying to say that I'm more of a diehard fan than the next one, but I'm just saying, me speaking as a fanatic, as a diehard, to see Luka go off for 45, I really enjoyed it. I really did. To see the Mavericks lose the game, I don't like. More than anything, their scheme got outcoached, but at the same time, I'm just more disappointed. I don't even want to say Anthony Davis didn't show up, but I actually give credit to the Lakers defense in that aspect. I give more credit to their defense than blame to Anthony Davis, because they forced Anthony Davis to have to be not a scorer. And like I said, he gave you 6 assists. He still gave you rebounds. So I see with that. But Klay Thompson, 2 shots. 2 shots. Come on, man. Nico hamster looking ass. No, he wrong. Like, bro, watching this game on local television, bro, he's getting clowned. So him and the Adelson family is getting clowned so bad. All the commercials that kept going on during this game on the local channels, they had home zone, home goods, home zone, one of them motherfuckers. They had one of them commercials, and bro, they had literally like 3-part series of commercials where they were talking about, we're thinking about trading our best furniture. You know what I'm saying? And person telling them, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, it'll be okay once they see you. And then the part 2 where they announced they made the trade of their special furniture. And then it's a backlash about it. Then they made a part 3 where they was like, do you like the trade now? And bro, they played it so much. I'm like, dawg, I'm about sick of home zone. But it was pettily clever. I can't cap about it, but they played it so much it burned my eyes, bro. While Luka was dropping 45. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, though. They was wrong as hell, and they'll never live it down. Even if Nico is fired, even if they sell the team, they'll never live that down as long as they're alive. And long as the Mavericks fans that witnessed this and the NBA community that probably witnessed this whole ordeal, never let it down. Like I said, I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I say I don't condemn it. He made his own move. That's a move I don't make. But at the same time, bro, he made it. So I'm either going to not root against the Mavericks or I'm going to root for the Mavericks. What are you going to do? To me, you can't spend time doing both. And like I said, that's fine. That's fine if you can do both. How long you going to do it? How long you going to do it? What's good, big bro? I see you late night surfing. What's good? We all know they some dumbasses, bro. We know that. We know it, bro. We said from the jump, bro, like that is not the move. Even if you got the form back, that is not the move. But I always said this is my only defense of Nico. And this is to the chagrin. This is probably more of a chagrin to the disgruntled Mavericks fans. Luka getting traded to the Lakers, bro, probably did Luka's career better. Because he wasn't going to get that recognition down here, bro. Man, he could have averaged 45, 10, and 11, bro. It wouldn't have mattered. And got a ring. It still wouldn't have mattered. But him in that purple and gold, it make different. It looked different. They did the, tribute. That's all that. He on the train. Big bro said fire Nico. That's crazy. That's crazy. But for Anthony Davis to go out there and not do a damn thing is really what's disheartening. Is really what's gonna knock quiet. It's not. It really makes a lot of people more angry again. It really does. For the simple fact that's who you went after and said it's about win now. Shit. That was the dumbest. That was the dumbest. And then you trash talked about him. Yeah. Yeah, that takes a lot. That takes a lot. But I expect the Mavericks to keep trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? All they can do is just keep trying to get healthy. That's all they can do. That's all they can do is just try to continue to get healthy, get Brandon Williams back on the squad, and they can do some things. You know what I'm saying? But let me move on, man. Let me move on from the association, bro. Because like I said, it is what it is, bro. I expected nothing less from Luka. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to, hopefully, if I get to see the next day, I'm going to wake up and make the best of that shit, regardless if Luka had 2 points or 70 points, regardless, bro. And I'm going to get ready to root for the Mavs when they get ready to play Friday. That's exactly where I'm at. And if you don't like it, then turn your TV off. That's really where I'm at. That's really where I'm at. At least we ain't get smoked. Bro, they punched back. They punched back. They just ran out of gas in the fourth. That's something that me and Big Bro always talked about. They be running out of gas. Straight up. Hate to see it, but bro, you know, big salute to Luka. Big Bro, what you think about the Rangers avoiding that sweep, man? Corey Seager. Corey Seager had 2 bombs, man. Now, it's been a lot going on once you saw Nathan Eovaldi get his ass toe up in game 1 against Chicago in the frozen, windy city. That hurt. That had a lot to get hurt by right there. But, you know, the 2 games that they ended up getting, you know, handled against Chicago, they pitching or defense failed them. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Corbin, this was a guy that I was like, okay, they got this guy for an injury for a specific reason when he come up in here. And I mean, this dude, bro, ooh, Lord. Jack Leiter, can you please come back? Who we heard that he did take BP today. He did take bullpen session today. So that's good. Trying to work off a blister that he has right there. So that's good about that part. And like you said, Seager, bro, I think he had a home run last night as well, but the man came in off the second pitch and wow, Seager bomb. Take that boy to the yard. Then came back down the rotation, you know, another rotation afterwards, and then went yard again. And the Rangers back-to-back games getting 6 runs. This is something that we've been asking about our Rangers. Can y'all get y'all bats going? Can y'all get that shit going? And for the last 2 games, they really have, because they ended up getting and this was a problem that they had in 2024. As much as they had injury to the pitching staff, bro, there would be games where their pitching staff and defense would do good for them, but the bats don't come to life. Then they bats will come to life, they pitching and defense don't hit for them or go for them. And that's exactly what really happened in the first 2 games against the Chicago Cubs. I mean, Nathan Eovaldi, his first 2 starts been, to say stellar is an understatement. He has been elite in his first 2 starts. Now his third start, he got roughed up. He got roughed up, but his defense didn't do him no justice neither, as they can't hold base runners. So that was a game that the pitching and the defense failed them, but they get hit. They got to be consistent. Today's game, one thing I can say, Tyler Malley has been in all 3 of his starts consistent. He gave you 7 innings today, only 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, only walked 1 batter. But every start he's been out, he has been stellar. And the defense helped him out as well, even though Leota Tavares, he had him a little blunder out there. But the Rangers backdoor with another double-digit hit day as they get, like I said, last night they had 10 in the loss. Today they get 11 in a victory with 6 runs chopped up there. And like I said, Corey Seager, he was the man with 2 home runs today. He got things working. Big shout out to Tyler Malley. As like I said, he He has been stellar. He has been holding it down. If you're gonna get that type of picture from him right there, I'll take it. Keep shooting the Mavericks questions. I see, little CJ. Kyrie had 35 the last time we played them. Anthony Davis, you couldn't give us 20 at least. Bow. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at the same time, Anthony Davis, this is the part of Nico's part. He traded for you. Nico traded for you, so you needed to come through. Bro. Klay Thompson, dog. We got to have this talk, bro. Klay Thompson only gave you 6 points, bro. Klay Thompson only gave you 6 points, bro. Like, what in the entire fuck? What in the entire fuck? TGK, what's good, bro? What's good, my guy? Hey, man. You know, I done had a lot of people get mad at me. I understand people being mad, but I'm like, bro, look, I'm not trying to force anybody to feel how they want to feel. Please don't be that way with me. But it was good to see Luka do his thing. You sound like my man. But you know what, bro? We do got to do a cross show. I mean, I don't know if you still doing Maverick talk like that, but you know, we talking everything DFW sports. I was just talking about the Rangers, how they avoided the sweep and how they getting back better. But you know, keep shooting the Maverick talk. Talk about it. The team was built for Luka, not for AD. Najee held it down though, but Luka is him, and that's agreed. Like I kept saying, I'm like, bro, 45. I expected nothing less than a 40-point performance from Luka tonight, like for real. But I'm honestly glad this shit is over with, bro. Like, and I don't want to say it's over with. I'm glad this part is over with because it was more about, bro, how the Mavericks gonna welcome him back. Because to be honest, the whole tribute that they did, a lot of that was kind of fake love, in my opinion. I'm like, you better off just, y'all were already being assholes to the point you might as well continue because the fans let you know how they feel. So y'all should have just kept on with it. But to do that, it was cool. But you know, Luka had his feel more for the city, for the fans. But he knew that organization did that with all the shirts. And he was like, look, I'm gonna feel for the fans, but after that, I'm gonna do this for the fans, especially for the ones that's outright, you know, that was down for him. Bro, masterpiece. But I think the game plan was that I think Jason K game plan was like, bro, look, we'll try to keep a big body on Luka, try to make him work for it. But if he get off, nobody else can get off. And that game plan was actually okay. It was actually okay until LeBron came along. Like, out of all this that was going on, LeBron just sat in the wings, all quiet, playing possum. And then was like, roll call, all of a sudden, the teacher called his name like 3 or 4 times. And he's like, yeah, I'm here. Something that, you know, Anthony Davis said. But, you know, like I said, Anthony Davis played bad, but I want to give the Lakers and JJ Redick defense more credit. Like I said, the Lakers actually have problems with bigs, but for some reason with saying that, they defend bigs real good because they did this against OKC. They did this against Denver. They really did, bro. They really did, and it happened. Now, like you say, the squad is made for Luka. You didn't have not one point guard out there, so they were already tied, hands tied behind their backs. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They said defense wins championship, but Luka succeeds a great defense. It don't matter if you have a great defense. Can you score? At the end of the day, I mean, you do got to stop somebody or you outscore somebody. Because let's be real, the Celtics last year played great defense, but as good as their defense was, bro, they shot everybody out the fucking gym. They shot everybody out the damn gym, bro. So it is what it is. Like he said, bro, I still don't agree with it. I still would rather have Luka, but bro, I don't watch the whole association like that. So for me to just say I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And for the ones that have, much power to you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. But you'll still see me up at the AAC because I just do this because that's my outlet, bro. the same way I'm at the game is the same way I'm at the house, except times 10. But yeah, that's how we go. But yeah, bro, I mean, Nico gotta wear that cape. He gotta wear that cap, bro. And I just would rather see him sit in the seat and face the noise. Me personally, stop hiding, bro. That's the worst thing anybody can do. I'll never agree with nobody on earth. Even if I was a person that said I was anti-Luka and I was for the trade, for you to still be hiding after me, you're gonna stand on the move you make, but to hide from it, nah, bro. I don't fuck with people like that. I really don't. That's just me in life. That's just me in life. And like he said, bro, I could care less about the bro. Once Mark Cuban sold the team, everybody antenna should have went up. Like, swear to God, everybody should have went up. Everybody alert should have went up. Big bro, Bug, we've had this conversation. Now, we did not think that Luka would be involved in it. But bro, me and you swear when Mark Cuban, it was announced that he sold the team, we said, bro, this might take the Mavs in a whole different direction. We just got blinded by a little success that we had. But me and Big Bro had that conversation, was like, bro, we had this like Mark Cuban selling the team, bro. This is gonna put this the shit can change with the Mavs. Now, we were on two sides of the fence, more of like, bro, they got people who are basically wealthy. Maybe they don't trip about spending the luxury tax. That's where we were positive about. But the negative where we was like, bro, but what if they come in here and fuck shit up? That's exactly where we was. Now, we had that thought subconsciously, but we never thought they'd fuck it up till they traded Luka Doncic. What? But we said, for real, the gig is up, Nico. You are like, man, you overcooked and overbooked. But yeah, me and Big Bro, we had these conversations plenty of times. We were trying to figure out, Mark Cuban, what's the deal? Like, are you running for office? Is your money funny? Can you not handle something? Or what is really the deal? And we were like, bro, who did you sell this to? You sold this to billionaires? Bro, you're gonna sell this to some. They either gonna spend money to like help win, or they gonna fuck this shit up. And that's exactly what the hell they did. I think that's why I'm not too mad about all this, bro. To be honest with you, like, I think that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, bro, once Cuban did that, it antennas was up, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? To say. But shit, bro. But salute to the Don, bro. I ain't mad at you. Rock on, bro. Now, I'm not going to root for the Lakers. If the Mavericks are out of the playoffs and the Lakers are in the playoffs and this shit's still going, I'm going to be watching the Stars in the postseason, and I'll be watching baseball season while trying to get ready for the next football season. That's really how I operate, bro. I don't really, if the home team ain't in it, I'll go to the next sport. That's really how I rock, bro. That's really how I rock. Big bro. I'm pretty sure after this live, I'm going to get on the phone with Big Bro and I'm going to be like, bro, we talked about this shit. And I think that's where a lot of people like, how you call yourself a diehard fan, but you're not that too mad about it. I'm like, bro, I'm upset about it, but there's nothing I can do. I told y'all, had the Mavericks went out and quit and was just getting blown out by 25 all the time, I'd feel totally different. But I literally saw these dudes fight game in, game out. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm like, you know what? And it kind of, not to say glass half full, half empty type guy, but if you're a person that stays in positivity and try to look to the going forward, you're like, bro, whatever the Mavericks do, especially if they get into play-in, whatever they do that's positive, it gets amplified because you're just like, bro, all season, even pre-Luka trade, even before Luka got traded, this team really all together hasn't played together. You brought in Clay, but Luka came in hurt. He was hurt in the beginning. Then he came back. They played for a little bit. Then, either Kyrie came out or a big got hurt or people got sick. Like, bro, they just haven't been gelling all together. And I'm just like, bro, what can it look like when they all are on the court at the same time? That's how I'm rocking with it. But y'all keep shooting how y'all feel about the Mavs, man. I mean, like I said, bro, Mavs, good job to fight. Now, just keep getting healthy and get ready to go back to work. Trying to turn this into a blue-collar city. I ain't about, But I was on the Rangers, though, to see Corey Seager hit 2 bombers. That was my point I was on. And Tyler Malley doing what he do. Bad news, though. Wyatt Langford does make the trip to the IL, 10-day IL. And big bro, this is something that we talk about. They say, oh, we're putting them on the IL. There's nothing. This is more about precaution. Man, we hear y'all talk that shit, and all of a sudden a 10-day IL turned into 60-day IL stint. And all of a sudden surgery needed. So this is kind of a disconnect that us Ranger fans are probably having with the injury information that's coming from the Texas Rangers. We're kind of not really trusting what they say. They say this, but you also want to know what's good as well? That motherfucking Josh Young Jungle Cat. He got hurt and he got put on the 10-day IL, and everybody was like, bro, here we go again. Josh Young can't stay healthy. And we was like 10 days, watch it be more than that. But, it really took only 5 days, and they just gave him extra rest. But the first game he came back, he gave you 3 hits. And then today he gave you a homer. You know what I'm saying? If Josh Young can stay healthy and on this type of trajectory, that's what we need right there. Corey Seager bringing it. Now, I do agree with a lot of folk. You got to find out what you can do with your leadoff situation. I love Marcus Semien. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's been about that time to have them conversations of where are you putting Marcus Semien in the lineup. I don't think he needs to start off. Wyatt Langford's on the IL, so you really got to kind of stay with Semien right now, but I like to see him at the leadoff spot for sure. Because I think he can put pressure on any situation. So that's what that is. Why they saying Walter Clayton the next D Wade? Man, bro. Hey, I don't know why a lot of people like to compare people like that. Like, let dudes be their own. And that's where a lot of us Mavs fans are pissed with the organization because, like, bro, Luka was like, people were trying to call him Larry Legend. Nah, it ain't that. People want to say he was kind of LeBron-esque. He's kind of Magic. Nah, Luka is Luka the Don, bro. Like, he is his own formula. He is his own player. For sure. He is. When healthy, he's a beast. Who you talking about? Josh Young? Shit, we know that. Bro, how many times you said it, I've said it, everybody else said it. When Josh Young is healthy, this is a whole total different Rangers lineup. Like, he literally changes the fortune of the lineup. There's no mistake about it. Like he said, I think yesterday was the first time they had a double-digit hit game. It wasn't a loss, but I think that was their first double-digit hit game they had when he came back from injury, giving you 3 hits, 3 of those hits. Then today in the lineup, he give you a man, bro. Like, we know that for sure. Bruh, I have not watched him. But you say he's the next Kyrie. I have not watched him, fam. Charge me to the game, bro. If I was just doing basketball, it'd be like that. But at the same time, it's baseball season. Stars are in it. And speaking of the Dallas Stars, bro, and that set the vibe off in the ACC, bro. They had a fucking choke job last night. I know a lot of people that was in the AAC last night for that Stars game against the Canucks, Vancouver Canucks. They left that game with about 2.5 minutes left when the Stars were up 5-2. Them seats got empty just for the last fucking minute of the third period of the game to see Vancouver go on a 3 straight goals unanswered in 1 minute. 3 goals in 1 minute. Stars lose some faceoffs, couldn't get it out the zone and Bro, they pissed that shit away. Went into overtime. Get into overtime. Miko Rannon commits a penalty, and it's just, bro, it just put them all on lock, bro. It's just that bullshit. You want to talk about to make you miserable. That was some miserable. I'm telling you, everybody who left that game, left it was like, this is a victory. Got in their car to probably listen to the radio, get the notification. The Stars are in overtime, and they fucking lost. That hurt. Oh, Big Bro say he cold as hell. So you know what, little CJ? I'll have Big Bro probably shoot. If he shoot it to me, I'll watch it. Which Big Bro good on shooting me some clips or something like that. So Big Bro, go ahead and shoot me him some clips, because I ain't gonna do it, bro. Because what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end up looking, see on the Dallas Morning News what they're saying about the Rangers, what they're saying about the Stars, what they're saying about the Mavericks, and it's still a lot of Cowboy content that I still got to scratch to. It's just it's that stretch time of the season right now where you got a lot of sports going on. Mavs somehow miraculously are still in a playoff position. Stars been in the playoffs, already been clinched, but now they get to play tomorrow in the AAC. This is a game I'm thinking about going to, but then again, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait to the playoffs. I'm going to actually go to the one of the Stars playoff games, because I haven't hit a Stars game all year. So the first home game down here for the Dallas Stars, I will be in attendance to off the muscle. We already got our game plan with the Texas Rangers, so y'all be seeing a lot of baseball content coming down the pike. Hopefully we get more home runs at Globe Life Field. Man, baseball be life, bro. I don't even want to say the whole sport of baseball, because I don't even watch all of MLB like that. But Ranger baseball be life for me. For real. For real. For real. And if he not going to be great in the future, then I'll admit I'm wrong. Oh, no, you good. You good. I wish the Mavericks could have gotten him last year in the last year's draft. Hey. But, you know, we know what we doing around here. Punk ass Nico, come on, bro. Like I said, bro, you was wrong for making that move anyway. But damn, bro, at least stand on it. At least stand on it. Don't be no hoe, bro. Like that's bro. That crawls under my skin, bro. It really do. It really do. But I ain't rooting for him. I ain't rooting for Dumont. I ain't rooting for the Adelsons. None of them. I'm rooting for the dudes who put on the uniform. And it sucks because, like I said, they're caught in the crossfire, bro. And a lot of people are going to get on PJ, you know what I'm saying, for how he, you know, handled back and forth, especially with the dude MVP Luka. People are going to say he's wrong, but I'm just like, bro, just imagine you're at your job and somebody that everybody loved at your job got fired or laid off. And all the time you're in crunch time trying to pick up the slack since that person is gone and you're kind of affected by it, but you got customers raining down you talking about, hey, you know, that's all I'm saying, bro. For the home team, it don't make sense. That's where I've been at about it. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, I get it that sometimes that's the only time it's effective. I get it, you know. But at the same time, bro, the players don't have nothing to do with it. Now, you're going to say that's Nico and them fault. That's fine, bro. That's fine. But all I'm saying, you can understand a person's frustration. The players have understood y'all frustration. They have heard y'all. But there's nothing they can do. You know, the only thing that the Mavericks can do, that the players can do, is go out there and play fucking hard. And that's exactly what the fuck they've been doing. Is going out there playing hard, bro, with 7 or 8 available guys to even play. They fucking going out there scrapping. That's all they can do. And when them guys is laying it out on the line, this is why Anthony Davis said he came back early. He see these guys after games laid out on the floor, exhausted. Exhausted. Yes, nigga, that shit's gonna get frustrating. What you mean? You out here putting your life on the line, basically, and motherfuckers out here, you know. Hey, anyway, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. But you got to understand the players' frustration too. Like I said, put yourself at your job and have to hear all that extra noise. Then you'll see what we're going. He was playing for Kentucky. Okay. Yeah, Nico the GOAT. He knows. he know how to basically throw bricks and hide his hand. That, like I said, bro, that irks my nerves, bro. That just, the character of a motherfucker is everything. And for you to bash somebody's character on the way out and you couldn't even do it to his face and you can't face the backlash on top of that, what the fuck you talking about building culture then? Fit the culture. Nigga. Nah, I don't harbor no cowards around here. We don't harbor none of that around here. So, but the players ain't being cowards. They have every reason to say, bro, the fans ain't on our side. Fuck it. Quit. They have every reason to do it. Have they done it? No. So why am I? Okay, then. And long as I'm able to, financially be in a position to have fun at a Mavericks game, I'm gonna fucking do that. And when I'm, in the words of Boosie and Webby, and when I'm gonna go do it then, I'm gonna do it big then. That's exactly how I'm gonna do. Talk about it. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Life is really good, bro. I still wish Luka was here, bro. I really do. But at the same time, bro, I'm just like, dog. Like I said, big bro, we've had that conversation too many times anyway. So we just never thought Luka. We knew they fuck it up somehow, but we never thought they put Luka in the midst of fucking it up. That's one thing we never did. We never discussed that Luka would be the reason they fucked it up, but we talked that they would fuck it up. Now it's talking about speaking things into existence. Kind of reminded me of the Martin episode where Martin and Gina tried to hire housekeepers, and Martin hired 2 fine housekeepers, and that boy Tommy was like, Lord, I wish she had a sister. And her sister came out, and here come Cole. Lord, I wish I had $1 million. That's kind of where it's at, man. That's kind of where it's at. Kyrie unfollowing Nico tells me he wasn't with the play, for you fans saying that he had something to do with it. There you go. Which we all know Kyrie was the mediator between all them. So the organization chose to take the word of a former Nike advising consultant, whatever, over a guy who's 25, 26 and has all the points in the playoffs and all the accolades and numbers. They chose that word. Bro, Holmes, man, bro, turn this TV off. Literally, I'm turning the TV off because I'm about to squabble up. I like Home Zone, but now, hey, what do he say on Barbershop? Oh, hold on there. Now you just gonna go too goddamn far. Bro, but sometimes y'all gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Smile with it. But yeah, if that's the case, him unfollowing Nico, let you know, bro, this shit is over. This shit is over. Which we knew it was coming down to. And what sucks is you motherfuckers better not be piss poor the next 3 years because you ain't got no draft picks. You dumbasses. Yeah, big bro. Yeah. He might be gone. I mean, gone. Like I said, all love for Luka. And like I said, for the people who's upset about it, they gotta be. They gotta be. So he unfollowed Nico the day it happened, yeah. And he still went out and so if that's the case, but Kyrie still goes out there and play hard, what am I supposed to do as a Maverick fan then? Me personally. Now, like I said, in my chest, in my, you know what I'm saying, in my bloodstream, look, I'm gonna be upset. And this is something that I have just gotten to wit, as I done got older more than anything. Like, I used to let a lot of shit kind of affect me, or I'll bury it and hold it down. But now I'm like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna give myself like a 15 minute to a 12-hour period. To where, look, bro, you can be mad about what you want to be mad about, but after that, you need to find reason why you mad and find the reason why, if it's in your control, and not to even be worried about. Once I come to the realization this out of my control, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's on. Let's put some positive ignition up in here and let's do something. He said, shout out to Wayne Gretzky as Alex Ovechkin broke his record. Yeah. But like I said, I talked about hockey, man, and the damn Stars, that was a fucking choke job. Now, a lot of people are going to get on Casey DeSmith as he was in the goal, but he was good up until that point, bro. But like you said, bro, they couldn't get several face-offs. And then when they went on, when the Canucks went on man advantage, basically 6-on-5 with the empty netter, they just could not get it out. They could not get it out their own zone, and it just cost them, bro. It just cost them. And to me, it looked like they took their foot off the gas with the last about 2.5 minutes left of the game. They kind of felt like the game was over. Once they saw the crowd leaving, they kind of took their foot off the gas, and that's what got their ass walked down last night. But tomorrow night, it will be a fire game in the AAC again. Like, so, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people will be going to the game if they're Stars and Mavs fans, because if you went to that game tonight, that cost you a penny. That cost you a penny. Like I said, Luka, yeah, he's worth the admission, but for the prices that they had for a regular season game, fuck all them. I'm standing on that part. I love the Mavs. I love Luka, but for them prices on a regular season game, motherfuck y'all. But it's all love, Luka, for sure. And Mavs keep fighting, bro. That's all I can ask. Rangers, they'll have a day off. They'll stay on the road. I think they get ready to play the Athletics here. So get that series. It'll be a weekend series. Get us some more baseball talking. And we need to get us some draft talk going as the NFL draft is coming around the corner. So, man, shoot your thoughts. See what's good. Follow me on X at Drewski Self-Made. Do some things, man. Let me know what's good. He said, I hope the loss yesterday woke the Stars up. I hope they don't choke again like that. Bro, like I said, that shit yesterday, oh, Lord. And what was crazy, because I'm trying to watch the Rangers game too, because the Rangers started coming back. They tied the game up, only for them motherfuckers to put up 2 errors that really got the game taken away from them. They could have really won last night as well. So you come off that game, go to that, and you see the Stars holding it down, doing the thing, and you look at the last 2.5 minutes, bro, and I'm like, bro, people left that AAC, and all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure by the time they got to their cars was like, what the fucking fuck? You know what I'm saying? What happened? But I think the Stars' full attention will be geared up against the Winnipeg Jets. I don't think they can, with the amount of games that's left, I don't think they can catch them in the points. But it will be good to, put on a great display up against the Central Division leading team out there. So Winnipeg Jets and the Stars in the AAC, man, y'all stay tuned for it. Let's see if the Stars can bounce back. I'm pretty sure we get our man back in saddle, our man Jake Ottinger. So let that happen. Stars, I think with Mikko coming back around, they're still trying to find their footing with him. And they just brought back Lynn Bissell. They done got a couple pieces getting back. You're probably gonna get Mikko Heiskanen coming back, Miro Heiskanen coming back. So Mikko, Miro, all that, the Finland connection kind of runs together like that. But you're probably going to get that, him coming back. Depending on what happens with Tyler Seguin, it's a lot that can still be said. They're still going to probably get star quality depth to come back when the playoffs kick around. They just going to have to probably win the first playoff series without him. So Shannon Sharp and PK Sutton going into who's a better sport between NBA and NHL. I would say this. The only thing that has really changed about hockey is they really try to limit the fighting now. Like they really, if you fight, you're gonna hurt your team. So this has to really be a personal vendetta because it's like a 5-minute, sit down now. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of hurts when they normally used to be 2 minutes. Shit, 2 minutes in the box after squabbling. Shit, fuck it. But now 5 minutes, that's a good quarter of the period right there, bro. I don't know about that. But the style is still the same. Basketball has changed, bro. Like, it's fully changed. Like, it's been a full evolution. Hockey, for the most part, it's kind of still the same. Now, I'd be lying to you to sit here and say the NHL is better than the NBA. I'd be lying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'd be wanting to go to the Stars game, but during the wintertime, that shit do be too brutal, bro. It's just cold outside and it's cold inside, bro. That's why. But now that we about to get in playoff push in the spring, you'll catch me at a playoff game. Don't worry. Mark my words, I'm there. And like I said, bro, I haven't been going live as much because I told y'all it's that time of season at the job. It's 6 days a week, 9-10 hours throughout the week. I'm basically booked now, so I'll try to give y'all some live content on what's going on in DFW sports, on how I feel about it going forward. But, bruh, you know, more than anything, when I'm working these many hours, you should already know I'm gonna have more. I'll be popping up more at games. So when I'm doing less lives and I'm working more, that means I'm gonna be doing more game vlogs and game shorts. So y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. I was traumatized with hockey. I seen somebody get the after that, he said, nah, bro, don't bring me around that. Don't bring me around that. Basketball, though, like I said, you grow up seeing Mike. You know, if you had the pleasure to see Magic or, you know, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Dirk, you know, Tracy McGrady's, Steve Nash, you know, Sean Kemp's, and all them dudes, you know what I'm saying? You're like, bro, this was just Allen Iverson was one for me. But you come to appreciate the game a little bit more. But I'm like, bro, after that, bro, basically after 2003, I can just say this ain't nothing to do with the foreigners neither. This has nothing to do with the Europeans or a lot of because that's really what done happened. The NBA has done got flooded with a lot of, you know, foreign players. And this is not where I'm saying this is the reason why the NBA is taking a hike, but it's just, I don't know, bro. But also, I think with basketball, what didn't happen with basketball is the AAU. The AAUs has, to me, kind of killed the development of basketball players in my eyes. To me, the AAU started this whole let's team up, click up stuff. Just LeBron just happened to be the forefront of it because they joined the Olympic team. See, that was different. He didn't do it in no AAU, but he joined the Olympic team, and then they want to do some stuff like that. So, oh, Ray Allen, bruh, it can go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen, Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis, Jason Williams, C. Webb, bro, we could go on, bro. It was something about that era before it got to like about 2003. Because like I said, all of a sudden, all the Europeans and all the foreigners coming, and it just turned into a different game. Not to blame them, it just turned into a different game. Where it's not the game that you kind of, you know, but hockey, for the most part, has kind of been the same, bro. It really has. It really has. Man, what time is it? 10:30, man. Health button just kicked in. I got a health reminder. Said get your black ass into the bed, bro. So your levels can be. I think that's probably why I've been so much in a good mood. I've tried not to let nothing get in my mood, bro. Your boy just been hydrating a lot more, drinking plenty more water. Now you see me, I got to, because at them games, I told y'all it's a 2 beer minimum, tall can minimum. So, and you look up and you like, bro, you've been going to a lot of games, so I have to balance it. I ain't that big neither, so I have to balance it. But bro, I've been drinking. I've always drank tea. I'm a heavy tea consumer, but I've been eating a lot of fucking fruit, bro. I've been like damn near over intaking on fruit, and I think this is where I don't know. I have days where I do wake up upset. Don't get me wrong. You know, you have them days where you have that cloud over your head. But like I said, I kind of give myself, you know, a little pat on the back, just because there were times where I would just let that fuck up my whole day. But I'm like, you know what? Let it get, give me about 15, 30 minutes or maybe even an hour. Let me figure out what's my issue, and let me figure out how do I challenge myself to rise above it. And bro, all the time I do that, and I mean, I'm just like Magic Johnson walking around with a smile on his face and team. Ooh, 2000 was the movie, bro. Like I said, it really was. And you're just not going to get it back. You're just not going to get it back. You're never going to get it back. Man, 10:30, man. Let me jump off this live, man. Like I said, I want to holler at y'all. I want to show my face, let y'all know I'm still around, bro. Win or lose, especially with the Mavericks. But there's a lot of other things going on. Rangers still trying to kick in gear. You know, they battling right now with the Angels. Who would have thought of that? Ron Washington squad over there battling. So got a lot of that coming in. Like I said, they're on a road trip. We won't see them come back here to, I think, Thursday or something like that. Or Wednesday, one of the two. I think it's Thursday or Friday when they come back. Actually, it would be Monday they come back, right? It's actually Monday when they come back. I think they'll have the Angels. They get somebody, and then it'll be the Dodgers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Stay tuned to the channel, like, subscribe. Y'all already know what I got cooking. Y'all should know what I got cooking when I say that. So like, subscribe. It's going to be a busy time. We're getting all the extra hours, but it comes at the right time. We'll be in the trenches for a lot of these games. A lot of postseason going around in Dallas still, even though the team known as the Dallas Mavericks have a chance to be in there. I'll still be in the trenches. You'll find me there. Y'all already know what it is. One man, 4 sides and flavor of DFW Sports, baby. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you catch this on the playback, hit the like button. Go ahead and drop a comment. Follow me on X at Juicy Self-Made. Let's troll or have fun, man. And if anything, man, be light up in spirit, because, bro, we only got one life to live. And as you get older, man, it ain't the days that you've seen, it's the days that you made count. So make them count, bro. And however you do that, do that. And if you're going to do it, then do it big. Y'all know my slogan, do everything with love, because love always wins. That's the law. I'm out, y'all. Deuces.
Self-made independent hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy, and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity, and wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.